What's this bit? That?
Oh, hang on.
No. What's this? Look.
Huh? Look at that. It's very pink, isn't it? It's very, very pink.
So what would you say is your favourite club in the bag that you own?
That's two different questions. Favourite club in my bag? Don't really have one. Don't like any of them.
No, because you do change them a lot. So the first clubs I want to see on the range are your irons. What irons are you using right now?
Okay, currently we are using the King Forge CB.
Okay.
It's the 2017 head.
Okay.
There's a newer one that's out since this edition.
Yeah. And you purchased these on eBay?
All I did, I just bought the heads off another golf professional.
Okay.
Just before Christmas. That apparently they were a custom fit set for somebody who didn't want them.
Yeah.
And I just took my iron shafts out of my original clubs and just reshafted them.
Okay, and what shafts have you got in there?
I've got Rifle 5.5s, which I've used for 20 odd years.
Is that like a Project X or something?
Project X, yeah.
Project X 5.5
rifle.
And what lie are on those?
That's a standard lie.
A standard lie. And then what grip are we using?
I've got a multi-compound black white.
Black, white, and any extra layers of tape on there?
No, that's it's slightly stretched as well, the grip, to make it slightly thinner.
Okay, so you like a little bit of a thinner grip.
I do, I've got small hands.
Small hands, small gloves, small grips. And what do you go from? So you start at a...
So I start with, well, I've got 4 irons of pitching wedge in the King Forged.
Yeah.
And then I've also got a 3 iron King
But
Forged.
split, I can see a blade in there.
There is, yeah, it splits from blade, so from 7 iron.
Right.
7 iron
So
is
7
cavity.
iron, you've got full cavity.
And then we go into the MB, 8 iron, 9 iron, pitching wedge.
I do like that.
Do you like that?
Yeah,
Little split.
That's quite a nice little split.
But
Then what's the...
well, the
This
3
is a
iron.
little, I call it the Jordan Barnes club.
Yeah.
So it's Jordan Speed shaft.
So we've got the Tour AD. We've got the Tour AD that I've put into the 3 iron head.
I'm assuming you've balanced everything up from coming from graphite to a steel shaft.
Yeah, you'd think so. I haven't. No,
Yeah,
no,
okay.
no,
So, yeah,
no.
lovely. Okay.
I just like the look of it.
Yeah, well, it looks good,
Yeah.
doesn't it? It's really quite a snazzy looking
Yeah,
shaft.
can't hit it.
What? So what is that flex?
That's a DI6, so it's slightly lighter than an X Flex. It's a
X.
driver length shaft
So
as
that's
well.
quite funny because you go from the kind of 5.5, which is kind of like a regular steel shaft,
Yeah,
and then you go into an extra stiff
yeah,
graphite shaft in your 3 iron.
yeah.
Again, what I love about this is that it doesn't really matter what shafts you put in there, it's what they feel best for you. And this is what Lester's getting. He's just got shafts that he really likes and he sticks with. Grip-wise, the same grip you've got on there?
No, I've got a
different grip.
Tall Velvet.
Tall velvet on that one.
Yeah.
Okay, and that looks a bit thicker. Is that? Have you
No,
that?
no, it's exactly the same.
That's exactly the same.
Yeah, nothing,
Okay.
no.
But just you prefer. Why have you gone for the tall velvet on here and the multi-compound?
Genuine reason, we ran out of them in the shop, so I just put something else on.
Right. Okay. We couldn't order any more of
We
those.
probably could have done, but I didn't want you moaning that I over budgeted this month.
And what made you choose these irons, Lester? What was it? Because I mean, you can have any set of irons you like. I mean, what I like is the fact that you've actually purchased a set of irons yourself and not borrowed out of my bag or Mark's bag at the time. And, but you know, what made you go for these irons over anything else?
Okay, so I actually had these exact clubs when I worked at Felston.
Yeah.
So I had them off Merrick, Cobra ones. I always really liked them. I don't know really why I sold them.
Yeah.
Probably a mistake. So I just thought I'd get them back and use them again. Hopefully capture a bit of that form that I had a couple of years ago.
And the split going from cavity to blade, that's because that's how they come, or
That's
is that
how they
just
came,
how
yeah.
You like that?
Yeah, no, that's how it came. To be fair,
Wedges then, Lester.
I'm a bit of a short game specialist, I'd say.
Are you?
No.
Well, we're going to see that in a minute, aren't we? When
Yeah.
you see that little grippy yours. No, so you've got what I can see there as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wedges. Well, surely you don't carry 5 wedges and your pitching wedge there. So what's going on?
I'm just sort of really, as I've only had the clubs from for a couple of weeks, and I'm still testing. So at the moment, I'm still experimenting with different wedges, different lofts. And I'll do some gapping probably in the next week or so, and then I'll know what I'm going to use for the season.
In your hand, then you've got this old little.
This
well,
one
is literally. I was about to call it a trusty, but it is called a Cobra Trusty Rusty. 61 degrees.
That will stay in my bag mainly because of the actual club has got no bounce on it. It's very low bounce,
Right, okay.
so it's quite nice for nice tight lies.
Yeah.
I've got a bit of confidence in that.
Quite sharp, isn't it? That
Yeah.
edge.
Which I
What
like.
do you use that for? What's that?
Just chipping over bunkers.
So it's a kind of a get out of jail.
Yeah, yeah.
Wedge there, up and over, and stop quickly.
It was an old wedge that I had a bit of confidence with that I'd used a number of years ago, and I put it in my bag at the end of the summer just to give me a bit of confidence, really, because I do struggle with short game.
Okay. And
As we know.
shaft in there.
Shaft, that's just the bog standard wedge flex Cobra shaft.
And you've got a tall velvet grip on there as well, and again,
Yeah.
looks quite thin that one. So.
That is thin, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you've got some Vokies, which you got last year. Didn't
I
you?
had these last year, yeah. So SM7, I will have a look at SM8 when they come out.
Okay.
All stamped up.
So we've got cack-handed stamped, we've got sandwiches stamped, we've got Mars bars stamped, and Barnes dog.
Well,
Any reason for all that?
just a bit of fun, really. It's a bit different, isn't it? So I've got 46, 50, 54, and 58 in them.
Okay, and have you decided which ones you're going to kind of use?
I will probably drop the 46 and use the wedge in the existing iron set, and then I'm going to probably go 50, 54, 58, and then the 61.
Okay, and then on the 50 then, what bounce have you got in the...
So on the 50 we've got 12 bounce and an F grind.
And this is used more for fuller shots?
Full
would you
shots,
say?
yeah, I'll hit that fully. The 54.
And a 54, again, lots of bounce on there.
Yeah.
14 degrees of bounce on that one. Again, what's the idea of that?
I got fitted by Titleist for these.
Yeah.
That's what I came out best at, to be fair. I got best results.
Yeah.
They're all of them as well. So the 50, 54, 1 degree flat,
Yeah.
and the 58, which is in the 8 bounce M grind.
In the 8.
That is 2 degrees flat. It's mainly to eliminate me hitting the ball left with short irons, which I tend to do. Long left is just, most golf courses is dead.
But you do. I mean, I'm a lot flatter in my wedges, and I think that's quite a good thing from moving straight location, but also hitting softer shots.
Yeah, definitely.
You're tending to lie that handle down a little bit lower for softer shots, so definitely having your irons maybe a bit flat, your wedges a little bit flatter is always a good thing.
I know we joke a little bit about my short game, but once I got fitted for these clubs, my short game did actually improve noticeably.
Yeah, I remember you telling me.
Yeah.
I could see the confidence coming out of you with your short game, which was really good. And then
Yeah.
shafts and
Shaft
grips.
again. The shaft is the wedge flex. So it'll be an S200 probably.
Yeah,
I would have thought.
Go S200.
And they just came with a lambkin.
Which is basically like
black,
a tall
white.
velvet,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's just similar.
360 tall
Yeah.
velvet grip. So it's keeping in line with your other clubs.
Same thickness, so it's quite stretched. Yeah.
So talk to me about your grip now.
Okay, so my grip is unconventional. I grip cack-handed, so left hand below right.
Okay, yeah.
I also have a split baseball grip.
And the reason behind this, why has this happened?
I had a bit of yipping chips probably 4 or 5 years ago where I could miss the green from 3-4 yards off.
Struggle with your short game.
Yeah, I found that I was having too much of a backswing,
Right.
which was then getting me into all sorts of de-excelling and problems, hitting it fat and thin.
Yeah,
So
kind of a mental approach. isn't it?
with
So
that
you've got-
grip, I'm quite restricted. I can only take it back a certain amount.
Okay, well at the end of the day, if it feels right and it works for you, then stick with it. Putter then.
Putter, yeah.
Where are you with putter now? Because you have
This-
changed a few times. I mean, even today, you've put a new grip
I have,
on
yeah.
the putter. You've cut it down. You've done all sorts with the putter. What is going on? What have we got in the bag now?
So at the moment we've got the Seymour putter.
Seymour. Now I've
Yeah.
not seen one of these for a long time. There's probably a lot of people out there that still use it. Zach Johnson was a big one for this.
It was, yeah. So it's a pure centre shafted putter,
Right.
and you've got a little red dot here, which you have to actually cover when you address the ball to make sure that the actual putter is square.
Everything's all lined up.
Which I quite like.
Okay, so when you look down on it
can't-
this way, you're not allowed to see this red
Yeah,
dot.
exactly.
Is that what
That's
you're
correct.
trying to
Yeah, I've got 2 of these. winter and a summer one.
Yeah, oh, okay.
This is my summer one. But I've been experimenting and using these probably for 3 or 4 months. I actually like it. So.
And what length of putter is that?
That is 33.5 now.
33.5 and grip?
Put a super stroke mid slim 2.0 on there.
2.0, yeah.
Just helps with the way I grip it, because I do grip it claw.
So what's made you kind of go into the claw?
Again, similar to my chipping, I had putting yips. I do get the yips. I just found that that this was the best grip at the moment. But I can change the grip as well occasionally.
That is a very snazzy head cover. What's under there?
Right, okay, so under the head cover is my...
Scott Redmond design head cover.
That is nice, isn't it?
That is a lovely, yeah.
So under there we've got the Cobra F7 LTD Black.
Black.
Yeah.
You've got some wear and tear out of that one. That's been in the bag for a while.
That's probably my favourite club. It's been in there 3-4 years since it came out.
Nice clean top on that. I like that matte. That's a matte finish on top there, isn't it? That looks nice.
Yeah, I like the finish on that. And I've got the shaft that I always use, which is a Tour AD DI7X in there.
Yeah, so this is the black version, isn't it?
That's the black version,
we
yeah.
see the orange version a lot more, certainly from the Tour.
Yeah.
And loft on this?
I've got a 16 degrees, so sort of like forward.
Oh, it's like between a 3-wood and a 4-wood, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like a loft 3-wood. Okay, and then grip you got on there?
I've got, again, Golf Pride Tour Velvet.
Golf Pride Tour Velvet.
On the wrong way round.
And you put, you reverse it, don't
Yeah,
you?
I
So
do,
you
yeah.
put the Golf Pride underneath, so you can't see that when you're setting up down at the ball. And when are you using this club the most? Are you kind of using it more off the deck, or is it a fairway finding tee shot for you?
Yeah, fairway finding tee shot. I do hit it off the deck on par 5s.
Yeah.
Or longer holes, so...
But you're comfortable hitting it either off the fairway or off the tee?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. It's my favourite, like I said, it's my favourite club.
That is you have got a favourite club.
Okay,
I didn't think we had one.
No.
We found a favourite club.
But they like all misbehave.
Yeah,
A
absolutely.
bit like their owner.
And then last but not least, oh, that's a nice head cover as well. You got
Available at all good golf pro shops.
But you mean the one pro shop?
Oh, the one pro shop.
Pro shop. So what have you got under there then?
Under there I've got the Cobra F8 Plus, which again I've had 2-3 years since it came out. They have bought new editions out, but I still love this. So we've got this at 9.5 in the draw, slightly draw enhanced.
Okay, so draw, so it just
Draw
sort of
bias.
tilts it.
Yeah, it's like
upright?
yeah. I've got the weight set at the back as well.
Okay, so pushing the CG, a little bit more weight in the back, pushes the CG a little bit back, probably gives you a little bit more spin.
It does, yeah. I mean, I'd probably spin this a little bit too high. If I went for fitting, they'd tell me that I spin it too high, but to me it's playable. That's
You feel
why.
like you can play well with that
It's
finer
more-
female fairway
yeah, I
because
mean-
of it.
But I hit the other drivers that I've tried further, but with less spin.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's playable for me personally.
Okay, and then shaft.
Exactly the same as my forward. It's a Di6X in the Tour AD in black.
Quite an expensive upgrade, aren't they, these shafts?
Yeah, they're a good £100 more.
Are they? And are you feeling much of a difference when you're playing with that? You
It's
just
just
something you've kind of got
It's
used to?
just a shaft that I like because it's been in there so long. So you get used to it, don't you? You like something, you feel confident. It's confidence more than anything.
Of course it is.
If you find something you like, stick with it. As far as I'm concerned.
And then grip,
I've got a Golf Pride Tour Velvet on there.
but this is now not reversed.
This is not reversed, no.
So you now look down and see the
look
Golf
down
Pride
at that. Yeah.
on that as you get set up.
I use that as more as a bit of an alignment aid, actually. The grip with the grip.
Don't fancy doing that on the others? Or you...
I don't feel I need to as much. I sort of try and take a little bit more time and care hitting this than I do the forward because I feel so confident with the forward.
Nice solid sound. What golf ball do you use? Titleist Pro V1X.
Yeah.
Okay, 0-0 marked.
Oh.
Oh.
Stop it.
Oh,
Stop it.
Titleist have done that for you, have they?
They have, yeah.
You've got them all marked up with little Mince on the side. Why do you use the Pro VX over the Pro
Okay,
V or
from
anything else?
my testing, I was actually hitting this a club further than the Pro V1 with my irons. So it was quite a big difference, really.
For what reason was that?
I don't know, just it was going a club further. I hit that about 7 yards per iron longer than the Pro V1, yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's quite a big difference for me.
And nothing to do with feel around the greens or anything
No,
like that?
I honestly, I'll be honest with you, I can't tell the difference between chipping that and chipping a normal Pro V1. I couldn't feel any difference. So we also have in the bag,
There's some little
Oh,
Oh yeah.
little Mars bar. Always have to carry a Mars bar. That is
You
important.
always carry a Mars bar.
Back 9 fatigue, and
Yeah.
every good golf bag should have
Oh, the scrubber.
famous.
Oh, the famous scrubber. Yeah. Again, available at Torquay Golf Club's Pro Shop.
Email me below and I'll sort you one out.
So there you have the What's in the Bag with Lester Barnes. Thank you, Lester, for your time. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. Give that bell a little ring as well if you want some notifications coming your way. And if you like what you're seeing, give us a thumbs up. And we look forward to catching up with you again soon.